signers, how are you? Welcome to Scorpitarius Tarot 1111. My name is Grace and I am your tarot reader. I hope you find what it is that you've been searching for here on this channel. Okay, Libras, ¿Cómo están, Libras? I hope you guys are having a splendid new year. Happy New Year, by the way. 2019 is officially in and I hope that it will be the best one started. So in your person's energy, what we have is Three of Swords upright. You came up as Seven of Swords right underneath. So I definitely see an ending of a cycle. 7 plus 3 equals 10, which would be completion. Ending of a cycle, start of a new cycle. Something that you probably don't know, but in numerology, they actually believe that 9 is the completion stage and 10 represents 0, starting again, and 1 initiating that new change. So basically 0 being the closing of a chapter and 1 being the initiation of a new cycle with someone new. So what I feel for you, Libra, is that you definitely left someone in the past, or someone vice versa left you recently, and it has you feeling rather lost, really lost. In January, I see that you have pushed past the stagnation at this point. I feel like earlier on in the month, you were really depressed, sleeping a lot, either eating more so or eating less than what is normal. Could be the same with sleeping. Either you've been excessively sleeping or refusing to sleep for the sake of not having peace of mind. And with this person, the connection that has unfortunately dismissed or didn't exactly pan out in the way in which you were expecting it to, Libra, I do see a person steady at hand trying to use anything in their means to forget you, but being unable to be successful in doing so. So Libra, in your person's energy, we have here the traditional, heart with 3 swords beckoning it. But what I love about the vice versa's portrayal of the 3 of Swords is that you see how it's not an actual heart. It's a shield with a heart. So I do feel as though the reason why this relationship did not manifest how you were expecting to, it did not really pan out as successfully as you were hoping it would, is because someone had this shield, this wall around their heart, and it made it almost impossible for the other person to get through. It was almost as if this person would try to communicate with you, right? Let's say something as simple as, hey, where are we gonna go eat dinner tonight? And you would look at them and you'd say, I don't know, I just want good food. I just want food. Just feed me and I'll be happy. And you took it as la-di-da, I don't care. Like, that to me is such an insignificant question that I genuinely am not gonna bother myself trying to investigate and interrogate every single restaurant to figure out what's going on. I would just, pull up Yelp and the first restaurant that comes up, that's the one we're going to. It doesn't matter to me, it's cool. But the other person, being that the communication aspect may not have been portrayed that way like you were expecting it to, Libra, they could have very easily have taken it in that particular sense, that you dismissing, them asking and being gracious and being kind enough to basically ask your opinion rather than just, up and choosing a restaurant and forcing you to go to it. They felt dismissed. They felt as if their kindness, their actions weren't being admired. As if, I'm almost getting like this Leo vibe where, like, how sometimes, y'all know I love my Leos, but for an example, like a Leo who needs that consistent compliment about their actions, about whom they are, of what they're doing, of their ideas and stuff like that, so forth. It's almost like this person needed to be complimented, needed to be assured, reassured that their actions and their statements were in fact honorable. And because you would just kind of say, oh yeah, whatever, you're so nonchalant about it, so nonchalant about your response, so nonchalant about your form of communication with them, not because it didn't really matter. But because sometimes as a Libra, you tend to overanalyze every little thing, that it makes it very hard for you to come up with a decision right on the spot, because you want to make sure that it's the right decision. You want to make sure that you make the accurate steps in life. And sometimes when people are rushed into things, they make wrong choices, and you never want to be that person. So again, you choose something as simple as a restaurant not to be something that you're going to fully delve into and really ponder and try to figure out, because it's not worth it when you have a million other things that do need your attention, your time, like a work project, something in school that you need to get to, something for your family and your friends, if you're trying to plan a birthday party, so on and so forth. It could be a million things that are running through your mind, that really picking a restaurant isn't the end of the world. But to this other person, it could be vice versa. For them, it could be something that to them, this is the world, because they want to please you and they want to keep you happy. So I do see a form of isolation between you and this person, someone whom you started to bloom a connection. I want to say either in summer or in spring is when you met, of last year, and it has unfortunately fallen down to become nothing but a memory at this point. Now, in your energy, I see you as the Seven of Swords upright. So I see you picking yourself up through the trauma, through the pain. I see you being, yes, very isolated and very sad and heartbroken at the fact that you are no longer with your person. However, I don't see you allowing yourself to come off this way. I don't see you allowing others to see you this way. So again, it's a confusing energy, because as much as you would have liked to progress with your person, as much as you would have liked to see this cup be upright, initiating that love stage, initiating, you know, the opening of your emotions, you never got to that point. And I feel as though, Libra, you tested the waters with this person, is what I'm getting with this Ace of Cups right next to this. Is I feel as though, yes, you're heartbroken, and yes, you're carrying your swords, your burdens of, you know, the damage that has been done, of giving and extending out to yourself only to not receive it fully in return. However, Libra, this is what I'm getting from you, is that I'm getting that you purposely left a wall around your heart because you wanted to see if this person was in fact worthy of receiving everything that you're able to offer to them. And unfortunately so, this person gave in much quicker than what you were expecting, and it has left you kind of shattered and kind of in this daydream vibration of, if you had just lasted one more week, then this could have been something different. Possibly a Libra, Scorpio cusper that I'm dealing with, because I'm getting a really heavy Scorpio, not player vibe, because Scorpios aren't players necessarily. What I mean is Scorpios tend to really test the waters out with someone before they come out and pinch you with their venom. So that's what I'm feeling here, is that you really tested the waters out with this person, trying to make sure that they were even worthy of it, and come to find out that they just fell a little too short. Now, in your person's energy, we continue on with the Six of Pentacles upright and the Queen of Swords reversed. I see them seeing you as this, as the eternal Ice King of Swords. And I see you as, they see you as someone worthy of being treasured, worthy of being loved, worthy of just spending their time in all of and learning so much from. However, as much as they grew in the relationship, they themselves are refusing, now that you have cut them off, now that you're no longer, you know, following them on Instagram, now that you've cut them off on Facebook, now that you've stopped replying to their messages and stopped calling them, now they're feeling as though, you know, self-reflection is necessary, but they're refusing to do so. Here's again where I'm picking up really strong Leo vibes for this particular person. We have the sun behind here. We do also have the sun behind here, and so on and so forth. But anyways, that being said, again, the reason I say Leo, I'm sorry Leos, don't get mad at me. I also have Leo in my chart, so trust me, this is totally me. But what I mean by this is, the Leo vibe that I'm picking up here is someone who is so easy to dismiss others in their faults before they are able to dismiss themselves. So what I mean by this is basically this person whom you resonated with, Libra, this person is now stuck contemplating, why did it end? Why, when it was so good, when we both had this awesome, amazing thing happening, why did it have to end? I don't understand. You're my person. I'm your person. It's not like we cheated on each other. Potentially could be some infidelity happening, but I don't feel that. I don't honestly feel that. I feel as though this was more of like an open relationship, or a relationship that never really got to that final stage of, you know, us being in a commitment. That being said, this person in particular, Libra, they are feeling as though the more and more you isolate yourself from them, the more and more you kind of become, you know, the one that got away type of thing for them, the more and more they have to kind of get forced to dig deep within themselves and say, am I the problem here? Or was it really them? Am I the person that I need to be working on? Or is it just, you know, bad timing, bad circumstances, wrong timing perhaps? But I see them really fighting with themselves. Like they're trying to blame anything and anyone but themselves. And at the end of the day, they're really just kind of doing more harm to themselves than anything, because it seems like the more and more they refuse to self-reflect, the farther and farther you become. Now, moving on, we have the Six of Cups upright followed by the Six of Pentacles. So again, I do see a really, really wonderful, stable past that you had with them. 6 for me with the little kids is definitely past relationship or past karma. Now what I'm seeing is that during your relationship with this person, you felt as though they were very childish. For instance, if something didn't quite go out their way, they'd throw a huge hissy fit about it, basically like a toddler. However, even though they would throw a hissy fit, they were very generous towards you when it came to stable communication, stable love, stable acknowledgement. Sure, this person wasn't perfect, had their flaws. However, through the flaws, you saw all of the beauty within it, and you learned and you grew a lot from this connection. So as you stop this connection, and as you kind of have this mental breakdown and this emotional intensity just kind of fall and reveal itself to you during this month, Libra, I see you being very vulnerable, but self-vulnerable. Not vulnerable towards the other person, not vulnerable towards other people. I see you being very independent in yourself, in your mind. Whether it be in the extra sleep that you're taking, the lack of sleep that you're taking, the extra, for some people, you're medicating in a certain way, you know what I mean? But that being said, it seems like you're doing all of these extra little things that you weren't doing before for yourself, because for you, what's important is, before I'm able to embark on a new clean journey, before I'm able to start fresh with someone new, I need to understand for myself, how could this have been different? Step by step, what did I do? What did I not do? How did I learn? How did I lose? You know, what did I gain out of this? And you have a very optimistic point of view when it comes to it. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you don't have your nights where you kind of cry yourself to sleep. I do see a lot of tears coming your way, Libra, and I do see you being extra sensitive this month. Almost a little easily irritated as well. However, Libra, keep in mind that until you sit down with yourself and sit down with your thoughts and kind of write it all out, or read it all out, or paint it all out, or, you know, whatever it is that you need to do, your creative outlet for this, when you finally allow yourself to be sensitive, when you finally allow yourself to kind of dig deep and allow your emotions to kind of penetrate through, that's when you're going to find sense of clarity. Once you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you're going to realize that you grew and you learned so much. You are not the same person you were when you first met this individual. And for good reason, Libra, you know. All things come to an end if they're meant to. But if they're not meant to come to an end, then Libra, ain't nobody gonna stop it. Ain't nobody gonna kick it from you. What's meant for you will always be for you, if it's meant to be for you. Now, in your person's energy, coming from the King of Wands reverse, remember, they're seeing you as the Ice King at the moment, and getting really strong Scorpio, Pisces vibes with this too. That being said, we have the Three of Cups upright. Again, they feel as though you have extended the cold shoulder, and for them it's really difficult to acknowledge this because they have a lot of emotions, they have a lot of intensity that they never really got to express. They're feeling as though they were almost robbed in the connection, in the sense that, you know, they gave of themselves to you and they felt as if that wasn't reciprocated in return. They felt as if you had other priorities elsewhere and you always kind of seemed them or saw them as a guarantee, like you took them for granted, is the sense that I'm getting here. Now for your person, I do see that again they are definitely struggling with the fact that the connection is no longer in active status. I don't see this person actively pursuing to be with anyone new. However, I do see them having a lot of struggle with themselves at the moment, like a lot of hidden insecurities that they're not trying to express to the world. To the world, they're trying to portray that they're this king that could care less about whether or not you respond, whether or not you're in their life or not. However, deep inside, they are definitely feeling torn, that they were unable to complete this cycle with you. Thank you so much, Libra. I'm going to pull a Rebel Oracle deck card for you since I have taken forever to post your reading. So let me pull that. Libras, I'm getting a super awesome vibe from you guys right now as I'm shuffling these Oracle decks. You guys, that was a rough reading, but beautiful at the same time because I see a lot of self-growth within yourself and I see you learning a lot. So very, very happy about that. Okay, that was fast, wasn't it? Rebel. Because fuck it. If there's something you've been dying and itching to do and you have just kind of been a little hesitant about it, Libra, this is the month. Do it. Just do it. Because why not? You deserve it. You owe it to yourself, Libra. All right, what is the love messages we have for our dear Libras, January 2019? Please tell us, what is the love messages we have for our dear old Libras? Whew. All right, Libras. Here we go. All right, Libras, we have, it's dark. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass pronto. One more for our Libras, one more. Thank you. Time to let go. Move the fuck on. One more, Libra. Aha. Alright, one more for our Libras, one more. Love. Give some, get some. It will make you. It will cheer your ass up. Thank you so much for watching, my dear Libras. Thank you so much for watching, my dear Libras. I love you all so, so, so very much. I hope you have a splendid January 2019. Be sure you share a little bit of that sunshine energy because a little goes a long way. Love you.
And I was thinking about you. Then I'm definitely going to be sending several happy thoughts your way.